What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, I gotta say thank God for another day and another opportunity. And as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today I put together a very special build for y'all. Now, I'm gonna be naming it the 3-level 3-point facilitating ball hawk, and this is definitely going to be one of the best point guard builds that you can make on 2K Next Gen. Now, we're going to be able to unlock playmaking, lockdown shot creating, and sharpshooting takeover, get anywhere from 81 to 88 badges as of Season 7. Now, when it comes down to our animations, we're going to unlock elite dunk packages as well as the dribble moves. And then moving on to when it comes down to our attributes, the ones that can reach a 100 plus are going to be the driving dunk, 3-point shot, ball handle, perimeter defense, steal, acceleration, and our stamina. Now, I'm telling y'all, this is really going to be a one-of-a-kind build. Going to also be able to hold its own on the offense and defensive end. So look, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with the response. So let's go ahead and get started with the creation of this build. I'm going to go ahead and put it under the point guard position. Now, if you want to copy these attributes to any other area, go ahead and do so. Now, when it comes down to the height today, leave this at 6'3". As for the weight, I'm going to go ahead and put this to 170. And then moving on to the wingspan, I decided to go with 6'11". Now, the body shape I like best to take up most space is going to be built, and this is really all based off of personal preference, so feel free to go about this to your own liking. Now, when it comes down to the actual breakdown of these attributes, be sure to follow along with every single area. So when it comes down to our physicals on the speed, I'm going to go ahead and put this up to an 83. As for that acceleration, I'm going to go with the 92. Now, as for when it comes down to the vertical, go with the 75. But you can make the adjustment to go to an 82. And that really will allow us to unlock every single dunk package. But today, I'm going to leave it at the threshold of a 75 to get more out of this build. Now, as for the stamina, I'm going to go with the 95. And right here, these are what our physicals are going to be looking like. And also take into consideration the +4 from the Gatorade workouts or the gym rat badge. Now, when it comes down to the defensive area, go ahead and put the perimeter all the way up to an 86. Now, when it comes down to the steal, I decided to go ahead and put this up to an 85. And right there, we're going to be able to get a total of 18 badges. Moving on to the block, put this to a 67. And that's going to complete this build with a total of 20. Now, look, we're going to be able to get a good amount out of Tier 1. I like Box Out Beast and Chase an Artist on silver. We also get Menace and then Glove on silver as well, Interceptor, and Clamps. Now, I think we're off to a pretty good start when it comes down to this area of the build. Now, as far as when it comes down to the playmaking, I'm going to go ahead and put the speed with ball up to a 76. As for when it comes down to the ball handle, I'm going to go with the 92. And that right there will give us the elite dribble packages. Now, as for when it comes down to the pass accuracy, go with the 75. And right there, we get a total of 21 playmaking badges. Now, my favorites are going to be Ankle Breaker. Also, when it comes down to Tier 2 Quick First Step, Unpluckable, Hyperdrive. Then we get Clamp Breaker, Killer Combos, and then also Handles for Days on silver. Now, moving on to the shooting, I'm going to go ahead and put my mid-range shot up to a 75. As for the three-pointer, put this to an 89. 74 for the free throw for a total of 22 badges. Now, the ones that I'm focused on are Midi Magician, also Volume Shooter, Green Machine and Amped, Space Creator, and then of course, Agent 3 with Limitless Range. Now, the offense, I'm telling y'all, very overpowered when we're looking at the numbers already. As for when it comes down to the finishing end, put that driving dunk up to a 93. And like I mentioned earlier, if you want to make the adjustment to go higher on the vertical, go ahead and do so. But right here, we have a total of 14 badges, and my favorites are going to be Aerial Wizard with also Giant Slayer. Then we get Acrobat and Pro Touch with Fearless Finisher. And if you go the extra route to throw 3 extra badges to the finishing, we're going to be able to equip and core 1 to 2 of these badges when it comes down to Posterizer, Slithery, and Limitless Takeoff. Now, do take into consideration the +4 to 5 that you get from buying your own boosts, the additional one from running with a teammate that has on Hall of Fame Floor General. Now, the better we play throughout a game, our stats also gradually will raise, and then the potential from 2 separate takeovers when activated gives us a +10. Now, as far as when it comes down to this area, we get the shot creating, sharpshooting, playmaking, and the lockdown. Now, to get the very most out of this build, the first one that I'm going to go with is going to be Extreme Clamps. Now, the second one, I would consider ankle breaking shots or, of course, Limitless Range, but I think the playmaking is definitely going to be useful as well. Now, this all comes down to how you want to go about this area. To mix it up a little bit, I'm going to be going with ankle breaking shots for my second takeover. Now, let's go ahead and check out the build to make sure that we made it correctly together. And if you followed along every single step of the way, we should be getting these 3 comparisons. And as y'all can see together, we have created the 3-level 3-point facilitating ballhawk, which comes out to a 3-point shot creator. Now, let me know down below your thoughts and opinions on today's creation. Did you make it exactly how I brought it to y'all, or remake your own version? Now, as far as when it comes down to the attributes, add every single number up that I mentioned when it comes down to the boost, and you're going to be able to see what this build can actually do. And there's definitely going to be a few different ways that you can go about the makeup of the attributes. Now, from here, let's go ahead and move forward and finish everything up when it comes down to the badge layout. Now, for the finishing, I'm going to go with Brown's Back Down Punisher, Fearless Finisher, Acrobat, Gold Core Pro Touch, Giant Slayer, and Aerial Wizard on Hall of Fame. Now, I'm telling y'all, this is a very slept on badge, and it's definitely very useful for when it comes down to putback dunks. I like it when it comes down to the wreck, and if you want to go the extra route like I mentioned earlier to unlock tier 3 badges, really take that into consideration moving forward. Now, for the shooting, I'm going to go with Silver, Limitless Range, Gold Core Agent 3, Amped, Green Machine with Hall of Fame Space Creator. Now, you can definitely consider Volume Shooter and like Mini Magician as well. And here's actually going to be the jump shots that we can pick and recreate from. And I think this build is definitely one of the best that you can make at the height of 6'3". Now, for the playmaking, I'm going to go with Silver Handles for Days, Core Gold Killer Combos, Ankle Breaker, Hall of Fame Hyperdrive, Quick First Step, and I'm telling y'all, this is the perfect lineup of badges to go with out of this area, especially if you're looking to be able to break ankles and still be able to facilitate the ball. Now, for the defense, I'm going to go with Brown's Box Out Beast, Post Lockdown, Rebound Chaser, then Silver Core Clamps, Glove, Chase Down Artist, Gold Menace, and Hall of Fame Off Ball Pass. Now, I'm telling y'all, this has become one of my favorite badges inside the rec. And then when it comes down to this build, as far as for the defensive end as a whole, I think you could go about the setup a few different ways if you even wanted to go ahead and throw on Interceptor. But this is what today's build is going to be looking like. Let me know down below, did you enjoy today's video? And I just want to say thank y'all for the support. More so than anything, thank God for another day and another opportunity. And if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And last but definitely not least, comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from. And I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with the response. And with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.